back here again at the 2013 World Angus Forum in Rotorua, and with me now is Peter Parnell, CEO of Angus Australia. Welcome along, Peter.
Thanks, Tony.
Great speech you gave there before.
Oh, well, hopefully you got something useful out of it, yeah.
Yeah, I learned a few little bits and bobs and jotted down a few notes.
Good, good.
So what were some of the main things you were covering in your speech today, Peter?
Well, I was given the fairly challenging question about what's the role of breed associations in the genomics era. So we're seeing a lot of new technology, and we had some earlier speakers this morning talk about some of that new technology in genomics. So I was very happy to sort of talk about some of our experiences in Angus in Australia and how we've applied or how we're applying that information and some of the research we're doing to help us to be able to capitalise on those developments into the future.
Yeah, how many members have you got over there?
We have a total of about 3,000 members, of which 1,000 are seed stock breeders, bull breeders, and we also have a large number of commercial members as well who get services from Angus Australia, commercial beef producers.
Yeah. So you'd get around Australia a fair bit yourself?
So we have a national headquarters in Armidale in northern New South Wales, and we have a staff there, a team that provides our services, and we have members in every state of Australia. Predominantly in New South Wales, Victoria, South Australia, the temperate states, but there's increasingly interest in Angus cattle in northern Australia as well, in Queensland, in a lot of the large traditional beef producing areas up there where they're using Angus bulls in crossbreeding programs to improve the market acceptability of those cattle. All over Australia.
So is the use of the genomics and that just going faster and faster? Is it people just getting right amongst it?
So it's a pretty exciting times, I guess, involved in beef breeding at the moment, because we have got these new genomics tools becoming available to us. I suppose we've taken a fairly conservative approach to it in Australia today. We certainly are evaluating these tools and looking at them in terms of how they can improve the accuracy of selection. And we've certainly applied genomics tools. So we work quite closely with New Zealand Angus Association as well in that. We have a joint genetic evaluation. So the genomics data that we collect in Australia, for example, is also indirectly having an impact on the breeding values of cattle in our trans-Tasman analysis in Australia and New Zealand. So for example, we currently use a test, a Pfizer or Zoetis test for DNA profiles on animals. We incorporate that DNA profile into our genetic evaluation called Angus Breed Plan, and those breed plan values that come out of that are genomically enhanced. So for some traits, like growth and carcass traits, for example, we get an increased accuracy of the estimated breeding values. So breeders, whether they're bull buyers or whether they're seed stock breeders, can make more accurate selection decisions using that information.
Yeah. So the DNA tools, is the money going to come down? Is it going to get cheaper?
So we're seeing over time, gradually, the technology is becoming cheaper, and I think the main reason for that is that there's a lot of genomics research in human genetics. Humans are very interested in understanding more about that for medical reasons. The tools that are then used for human genetics then filter through to the livestock sector. So we're seeing that the cost of, for example, sequencing, getting a full genomic profile on an animal, its full genomic sequence, if you like, is these days a fraction of the cost of what it was a couple of years ago. So gradually we're seeing now that because of that reduced cost, the genomics is now cost effective to consider using, whereas maybe even 2 or 3 years ago it wasn't.
So you can use that work they're doing with the humans, they do all that work and then you can sort of jump on board a bit there.
Well, the techniques for the development for humans can be applied for livestock. We then need to apply those technologies to generate livestock-specific information. So, for example, if we want to use genomics to help us identify cattle with superior feed efficiency, for example, well, we need to measure cattle for their differences in food efficiency and then take DNA profiles on those animals and look at the relationship between DNA and food efficiency. So where we benefit from the human genetics work is that to be able to actually calculate or to determine the genomic profiles of animals is much cheaper now using the laboratory techniques and the facilities, I suppose, that have been developed for human genetics applied to livestock now.
Imagine if they didn't invent that DNA.
Well, that's right, but as I mentioned in my presentation, we knew about DNA 60 years ago, in fact. 10 years ago, the human genome was sequenced, and in that 10 years since then, we've increasingly understanding how we can use that information for livestock. So whilst whilst the technology is not brand new, I think understanding how we can actually make use of it for livestock is becoming, it's new, and applying that in, and blending that genomics technology with our more traditional means of breeding cattle it takes time. We need to make sure it's a huge investment when you've got a breeding herd. Make a breeding decision is a big decision in terms of the future impact of those animals. So we need to be quite confident that whatever information we're getting from the genomics is actually really adding value and improving our accuracy of selecting cattle.
Yeah. So have you always been involved with the cattle as well, or?
So my career, Tony, has been mainly in beef genetics research. In the last 5 years I've been working with the Breed Association to manage their programs, and it's really enjoyable actually being able to work at the coalface with some of very innovative cattle breeders. The best cattle breeders in the world, and certainly in Australia, are Angus breeders. So it's very satisfying then to be able to apply some of these technologies, at that applied level. So,
The Aussie Angus boys and the Kiwis, they seem to get on pretty good.
They do, yeah.
They'll stay with each other.
They both enjoy a good steak and a good beer. And,
and
we don't like watching rugby together, of course, but
no, I'll be doing that on Saturday.
You will, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably have a sneak as well. But no, we work very closely with New Zealand Angus. The Angus community is relatively small, really. There's a small number of breeders in Australia and New Zealand, really relative to the size of agriculture. So there's a very close relationship between our respective breed associations, and there's a lot of trade in genetics between Australia and New Zealand, and I think there's opportunities for greater trade really into the future. So it's pretty good.
The forum's been great, isn't it?
Excellent forum, yeah. I think it's a beautiful location, tremendous facilities here, but New Zealand's showing itself off pretty nicely with all the green pastures. It's pretty dry in Australia at the moment, so certainly nice to see some nice green pastures and fat cattle, and we're not seeing too much of that at the moment. So very good. Forums have been excellent range of speakers and great hospitality.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Peter.
You're welcome, Tony.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure.
Ta.